A record number of people in France booked vaccination appointments on Monday night after the French President Emmanuel Macron announced measures designed to push more and more people to get inoculated, even those who have been skeptical.
Notre pays est confronté à une reprise forte de l'épidémie qui touche tous les territoires, métropoles comme outre-mer. Aussi longtemps que le virus circulera, nous serons confrontés à ce type de situation. L'apparition du variant dit Delta se traduit en effet par une augmentation des contaminations partout dans le monde.
Let's take you through some of the major announcements. France will be under a state of health emergency. This comes as the level of vaccination remains low and hospitals continue to be under pressure. Vaccination is now mandatory for healthcare workers and non-medical staff in hospitals, clinics, care homes, homes for handicapped people, all professionals and volunteers who closely work with the elderly population. Macron has urged all French people to get jabbed at the earliest. A health pass will be issued for places of leisure, including restaurants, cafes, malls and cultural venues. It is mandatory to show the vaccination proof or a negative COVID-19 report to access shows, amusement parks, concerts and festivals. The government will begin a booster campaign. People can make appointments from the 1st of September. The aim is to return to a path of full employment. Around 35.5 million people have been partially vaccinated in France. That makes up for just half of the country's population. The rate of infection has slowed down in recent weeks. The latest announcements showing a swift change in direction. The French government was working on lifting the restrictions for several months now. At this point, the highly infectious Delta variant accounts for half of the new cases in France. The country recorded more than 4,000 new cases in one day. However, the number of COVID-19 related deaths continues to remain low. Lucy Hof is joining us live from Brussels for more on these developments. Hi, Lucy. Tell us more about the need for the French president to make these announcements. And also, the vaccine hesitancy has been an issue not just in France but across the world. The impact that these measures, according to experts, will have.
Well, I think the purpose of this new set of measures is to tackle a number of issues, vaccine hesitancy being one of them, as you were just outlining there. France has got to a position where just under half of its population have received the first dose of a vaccine, around 40% who've received 2 jabs, but the rate of inoculation has been really slowing in recent weeks because of the remaining half of that population that are still reticent or hesitant about taking a vaccine. But what we have seen is a huge surge in the number of people signing up following President Emmanuel Macron's address on Monday evening. In the 12 hours after that address, some 1.3 million people accessed the Doctolib website, which is the website used to book appointments, which led to the website crashing on a number of occasions. So that has caused a huge spike. This health pass is not just about tackling vaccine hesitancy, but also about trying to prevent a fourth wave of infections. We know that there are around 5,000 daily cases being recorded each day, which is significantly less than the last peak that we saw in April, but nonetheless is cause for concern, particularly as the majority of those cases are believed to be the highly contagious Delta variant. And given what we're seeing in the United Kingdom and elsewhere in the world, France very much wants to prevent a fourth wave later on this year. So there is a number of different facets to this proposal. The pass sanitaire, which is this measure that's being brought in that will ensure that people will need to present that pass in order to do everyday activities such as go to a restaurant, to go to the gym, to go to the theatre, to go to a nightclub or to take a long distance train.
Lucy Hof, thanks very much for the very latest. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.